Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryland Drawing Show, and welcome to another episode of an ink review. Oh dear, my chat window is not working. I don't know why. There. Fixed it. Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maryland Drawing Show. Today we're looking at an orange ink, but before we start, I do want to take a look at our 30 Inks 30 Days wrap-up. So, this last month was 30 Inks 30 Days, and we did 30 inks. I want to do just a brief refresher over them. Hi, Amy Alphabet. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? 2 days in a row. I feel like I'm winning. Alright, you're totally winning. Alright, so let's just take a look quickly at last month's 30 Inks 30 Days. I'm going to kind of zoom in here best that I can. Alright. I just saw my email to I'm ready making another package. Oh boy! I'm so excited. I can't wait. I have several packages coming today, so this month is going to be slightly different than previous months. I am going to be not doing some ink reviews some days, and instead I will be doing pen reviews. This is today's pen, and I will be doing this review tomorrow. And then the next day, I will be reviewing this fountain pen. And then the next day will be an ink review. And then the next day will be another pen review. So we're getting 3 pen reviews this week. It's going to be a very full-on week, let me tell you. And then after that, I'm probably going to take a week off, because I need to prepare for my vacation. I need a vacation before my vacation. I'm trying to decide if I want to take the 15th through the 30th off, or if I want to do if I want to take next week off and then do a ink review week and then go on vacation. Decisions. We will have to see how things go. Many things are coming. Okay, so let's take a look at last month's 30 Inks 30 Days. This was Pilot Eroshizuku Ajasai, and it was very nice. Then Tobacco Sunburst was really nice. I didn't write a whole lot this month. You know, I just kind of figured out, I've been watching these people with their bullet journals and the writer Carol with the bullet journal, and then I watched Chris Sainz's video, and I've been watching all of these people that are on the minimalist train for, you know, trying to minimalize their lifestyles, and I am all about minimalizing one's lifestyle, because I have too many things. Like, I am completely surrounded. It's never unending. So I've been trying not to write every single thought down. I just want to have the thought and then just let it go. And sometimes you need to write things down. And you write down the important stuff, and then you let the rest of it just go, because it's not important. But if you're having a big feeling, then you need to write that down. So some of these things, I don't encourage anyone to read my writing because it's a gobbledygook, but I do try and do my best with writing my feelings down. So I do want to take just a quick look at some of these closer, because Ooh, what did I do to the coloring? Nope, that's the focus. That's not what I wanted. Oh my god, what did I do? There. That's better. Okay, so here we have Colorverse Butterfly Nebula. And it's a very light gray ink. I would not put this in like an extra fine nib or a fine nib or even a medium nib. This needs a broad nib. This is a 1.1 millimeter stub, and it worked out okay. And here we have Birmingham Pen Company Emerald Fusion, and look at that sheen. It is just full on. It is all sheen, no ink. I can't even tell what the base color is. I think it's black, but I could be wrong. I don't know. And then we had Ferris Wheel Press Queen and Castle, and I thought that I would like this a lot more than I did. It has a beautiful gold, rose gold shimmer in it, and it's fine, but it wasn't my favorite ink, and I did smudge it. Then we have Birmingham Pen Company Wisteria. This was a really pretty dusty purple-ish, and it had a little bit of shading, which was nice. And then we had Pelican Garnet, which didn't have hardly any shading, but went down very nice. And then we had Mont Blanc Royal Blue, and I am told that I may have mixed up the bottles, but it came out weird. It went down darker at the beginning, and then it really lightened up here at the end. So I have no idea what happened. And then we had Easter Sunday. I did the Birmingham Pen Company Psychedelic Magenta, and that was very in-your-face, pop-friendly fun. Hello, Handmade by Lorelei. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? How you been? How you been? I need to toggle the timestamps so I know what time people came in. Alright, so then we have the Pilot Eroshizuku Yu Yake, and I did try and put this in like a 1.1 millimeter stub in the dip pen, just for giggles, because I wanted to see if I could get some more shading out of it, but it really didn't have any shading that I could see of, which is sad. Very good. Beautiful day. Oh yes, that's nice. It's 62 and cloudy here. You guys know that we're not used to this. California people, we're not used to having so much rain, and ooh. Like, it's been nice the last couple days, but today is just, ugh. And then we have Ferris Wheel Press Cloak, and I almost said Cloak and Dagger, but this is Cloak and Forest. And this one was another one that had kind of a really boring color, but it has silver shimmer in it, and you can't really see it unless you're, like, right up on it. And it does have a little bit of red sheen on some of the things, and I did try and put it in a wider nib just to see if that would work better, and it just makes it more green, like the green comes out more, but there's no real shading in this. And then we had Pelican Edelstein Topaz, and I really like this color. And then we had Danubius Danube, and it was just way too light to write with. Like, I can't even... Oh, I can see it better on the camera than I can with my real eye. That's weird. I can actually see what I wrote. That's a trip. Sorry, I'm tripping out. That's cool. I have no idea what I wrote here. Like, I can't tell because the ink underneath is mucking it up. But anyway, So then we had Pilot Iroshizuku Kirisame in the Pilot Vanishing Point. And it was fine, but not my favorite ink. And then we had Platinum Carbon Black, and that's a very dark black ink. And it has all the water resistance, so that's really nice. And then we have Pilot Iroshizuku Hana Ekata, and this was just way too light for me to see. It's just too light. Bloody Red, nice, had a little bit of shading, very well. And then we did the Pelican Mandarin, and I did it in the 2.4 millimeter Pilot Parallel, and it had some really nice shading, as you can see. Birmingham Pen Company Starfruit. I was not feeling that ink that day. I didn't even write hardly anything that day because that color is just, ugh. You guys know I don't like murky grains. They're just not my friend. Birmingham Pen Company Allegheny River. This one was kind of strange. I really liked it in this medium nib. I don't think that if it was in a broad nib, it would be any better or worse, but it definitely, I like it in this medium nib. This is Mont Blanc Lavender Purple, and it was just kind of a dark purple, reminiscent of dark lilac. And then Birmingham Pen Company Rhubarb was a very nice red, had a little bit of shading. Colorverse Martian was kind of a brownish orange ink. Not my favorite. Then we had Robert Oster Heart of Gold, and this one, oh my god, look at that. Gold shimmer, all gold shimmer, super pretty. Douse Emerald Green was, Birmingham Pen Company Quantum Teal was really pretty, had some really pretty purpley pink sheen. Gentle Sky High was just an okay, I like it, but it's Royal, Le Color Royale was a dark purple, fine. Noodler's Violet, too dark for a purple ink. Yesterday's was Birmingham Burleywood, and I had that in the Letterati desk pen. And I had a Franklin Christoph Flex, their version of the Ultra Flex nib, and it's just very stiff. If I had the Fountain Pen Revolution Ultra Flex nib, it might have been better. Who knows? And that leads us to today. Birmingham Monarch. Oh no, I mucked up the thing. Oh, son of a berry picker. No. Don't do it to me. I'm too little. Man. Oh dear. Oh, schmutz. All over my floor. I need a vacuum. Okay, well, it looks like I might have to do an emergency toilet paper chromatography because I had a dumbass attack and totally put it right over it and I didn't think. Alright. 2 drops. Distilled water. Nine drops. All right. Thanks go out to Gary and Kathy Scott for providing the sample for this review. And thanks go out to pen friend Camilla for providing the pen for today's review. Here is our ink of the day. It's kind of it's an orange, but it's kind of a boring orange. Doesn't really have a whole lot of shading, at least in this extra fine nib. Extra fine nib. extra fine nib. So, yeah. Alright. I could watch the ink on toilet roll all day. Fun watching the ink fan out. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I should do, you know, I should make a... I think that this month I'm going to try and do a short of, like, what do they call it when they speed the video up? Like time-lapse of the toilet paper chromatography. Here is our ink swatch of the day. A water resistance test shows that it has absolutely no water resistance. I would not put this on the outside of an envelope for fear it may wash away. And here is our painting of the day. And y'all don't know this, but if you want one of these, all you have to do is say that you want one, and I will send it to you. Might be a little schmutz on the back, but they're totally postcard worthy. And here's our toilet paper chromatography. On the first one, you could see that there was a little bit of red right here in the middle, but then it goes orange and then yellow on the outside. Okay, let's do some paper review. Alright. Here is the Pen Co memo book from Walmart.com. Let's get in here. Make sure that this is pushed up. In the middle. So you guys can see. Is that sufficient? There. Okay. Here we go. So this is Birmingham Monarch on Pen Co memo book. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Lightweight Traveler's Notebook paper. Oh, my Zoom is not. Why aren't you working? You know you wanna. Am I in too close? That's why I'm in too close. There. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Super lightweight Traveler's Notebook paper. No shading, no feathering, no bleeding, normal amounts of ghosting. Moleskin 70 GSM. Oi. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Field Notes Journal. Looks nice, no feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Fabriano Eco Qua 85 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. I like Fabriano Eco Qua. I wish they made it in like an A5. This is Ayush 100 GSM paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Again, I wish they made that in an A5. 52 GSM Tumaway River. Don't notice my mistake. Almost turned it into a Monarch. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is Leuchtturm 1917. No feathering, no bleeding, but a little bit of ghosting. This is Midori MD paper. No feathering, no bleeding, but a little bit of ghosting. Jot Journal from the Dollar Tree. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Mormon Namasani 80 GSM dot grid. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Oxford optic paper, 90 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, little tiny hint of ghosting. Clairefontaine, 90 GSM. We are over the halfway point of this book, so that's great. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Lamy booklet, 90 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, little bit of ghosting. Exceed, 100 GSM, heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. No feathering, no bleeding, little bit of ghosting, tiny hints of bleeding. Up and Up, wide rule, composition book from Target.com. No feathering, little bits of bleed through, little bit of ghosting. True Red, composition book from Staples.com. No feathering, one couple little dots of bleed through, but barely any bleed through, little bit of ghosting. Apica notebook paper. I like the way this stuff feels. This feels like Tomoe River, but it's a little bit thicker than Tomoe River. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This actually makes it look like it has a little. Oops, let's see if I can. It makes it look like it kind of has just a little bit of shading on this one. Nice. Okay. This is the Nanami 7 Seas 68 GSM Tomoe River. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Rhodia Dot Pad 80 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Artist Loft 100 GSM paper. No feathering. One little bit of bleed through, but other than that, no bleeding, no ghosting. Buffet handmade paper from Italy. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Use Style notebook paper. No feathering. Barely any bleed through and barely any ghosting. CVS Caliber notebook paper. No feathering. No bleeding, barely any ghosting. Oxford notebook paper. No, that little bit in the A is not feathering, that's my fat finger. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Mead wide ruled notebook paper. Barely any feathering. Little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. 5-star notebook paper. Little bit of feathering. Little bit of bleeding, barely any ghosting. Sheffield home paper goods. No feathering. Barely any bleeding, barely any ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. No feathering. No bleeding, no ghosting. Speckled paper. No feathering. No bleeding, no ghosting. Akabe cross-section pad. No feathering. No bleeding, no ghosting. J&B copper plate graph pad from JohnNeilBooks.com. Ooh, it is feathering into the page. Little hints of bleed through, but other than that, barely any ghosting. Original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. No feathering. Barely any bleed through, barely any ghosting. Of course, that's what we get with an extra fine line. Your mileage may vary. Your mileage may vary. Okay, let's do a comparison panel. I have to send that out. Let's do a comparison panel to see where this ink lies. I think it's going to be an orange. Might lean one way or another, but we're going to see where it lies. Let's see. Okay. This color has a real hard time on this color. I'm gonna try a switcheroo to see if I can get it to come out how it's supposed to. Is that better? Can't tell. Oops. Did you see me try and tap my desk to get it to focus? I am tired. That's how you know you're tired, when you're trying to tap your desk to get it to focus. I think that looks more accurate. Okay, I think that's what we're going to start with. We'll see how this goes. This is Birmingham Pen Company, Monarch, next to Colorverse Martian, Pilot Eroshizuku Yuyake, Noodler's Summer Tanager, Noodler's Antietam, Pilot Eroshizuku Fuyugake, Sailor Manyo Sakura, Diamine Peach Punch, Diamine Deep Dark Orange, Lamy Mango, MMD California Sunset, Stipula Saffron, Noodler's Apache Sunset, Noodler's Operation Overlord Orange, Robert Oster NG Special, Diatramentus Mahatma Gandhi, Private Reserve Orange Silver. First yawn of the day, here it comes. Monteverde Mango Mousse, Diamine Wonderland. It'd be like a drinking game. How many times will Marilyn yawn? Every time Marilyn yawns, take a drink. Diamine Flame, Tasha Shirako Koyami, Diamine Vintage Copper, Tasha Hokusai Bennett Sushi, Pannonia Resvora's Copper, Monteverde Mandarin Orange, Van Diemen's Sailor's Delight, Diamine Sunset, Colorverse Tango, Noodler's Habanero, Monteverde Topaz, Pinbibius 154. Sorry, excuse me. Monteverde Lucky Orange, Robert Oster Orange, Laban Apollo, Sailor Apricot, Jabba Orange Indian, Jabba Orange Soleil, Noodler's Dragon's Napalm, Diamine Pumpkin, Pelican Mandarin Orange, Pure Pen's Pendine Sands, Kyo Iro Moonlight of Higashiyama, Birmingham Marigold, Kiwi Ink's Red Panda, KWZ Monarch. Oh god, here comes another one. All I know, if somebody's playing the drinking game, they're gonna be drunk. KWZ Monarch. See, this one is the... I thought that this was gonna be like this one, but is nowhere near. This one's way more browner. Birmingham Solar Storm, Waringal Kyong Hee, Jiaba Cornerline to Egypt, Califolio Inti, Ferris Wheel Pressed Autumn in Auburn, and Ferris Wheel Pressed Sparkling Champagne. Well, I didn't really see any in there that looked too much like this ink. It's kind of on its own, huh? Well, what did you guys think of today's ink? Are you guys looking for orange ink? Let me know in the comment section below. That is all I've got for today. This looks terrible. That is all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. And I will be back in just a little while with a new TWSBI pen. Isn't that going to be exciting? So, take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day.